Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make moringa hair butter at home. So this is just one method that I'll be showing you guys, but there are actually many other methods to make this butter. So for today's video you're going to need moringa leaves or powder. I am using the leaves, and I'll also be using African shea butter. I'll have my container, a few oil of choice. So I have jojoba, olive oil, Jamaican black castor oil, coconut oil along with tea tree oil. I also have a container for straining, aloe vera, a dish and spoon, and a knife as well. The first step of the process is to ensure that your aloe vera plant is washed properly. So that means removing all dirt and the yellow stain that may cause itching. And after that, you're going to need to take off the spiky edges of the aloe vera plant. And once you've done that for all the pieces of aloe vera you have, you would need to go ahead and slice it. The size of the slices does not really matter because we're going to actually blend the aloe vera at this point. So you don't need to spend time focusing on whether the slices are small or big, because as I said earlier, you're just going to blend it after slicing, so it does not matter. Now once all the aloe vera is cut up, you're going to go ahead and add that to a blender with some oil, because the oil is going to help the aloe vera to blend out properly. And you're just going to leave it on until it comes to a smooth consistency. So I can't really say the time frame for it, just blend until it comes out smoothly. So you can do it on low or medium or high, it does not really matter. At the end of the day, as long as the consistency comes out smooth, then that is all that is really required. So once it is blended and it comes out to this consistency that you see right here, you're going to simply add that to a pot with some oil. So the oil that I chose to use for this process is olive oil, and the reason why I chose olive oil is because olive oil is a light oil and it's also a carrying oil. So it is best to use oils like grapeseed oil or olive oil for this process, because it will really get the nutrients from the herbs or plants or whatever it is that you use in this process. So you want to ensure that your fire is on low to medium, because you don't want to overdo it. And the reason why I say you want to ensure that your flame is on low to medium is because once you add anything to oil that is not oil, it's going to pop. So in order to avoid any accidents from happening or you getting burnt, it is best to put your stove on low. I would say preferably low over medium. So put your stove on low and add the mixture to the oil. And once you've added the mixture to the oil, you're going to use a spoon and stir it up for a bit and allow it to fry. So the next step is to add the moringa leaves. Now these are leaves that I picked and dried at home and crushed with my hands. So it's not as refined as the powder, but it works just as well, and it has the same nutrients that the powder would contain. So now I'm just going to add this to the mixture that is on the fire, and I'm simply going to allow it to fry for another like 1 to 2 minutes, after which I'm going to turn the stove off and allow it to sit for a few minutes so the moringa leaves can actually be infused into the mixture and into the oil. So once I've allowed the mixture to sit for a few minutes and the oil to cool down, I would then need to strain the oil, so to separate the oil from the residue or the sediments that is left back, because we actually need the oil for this process and we want the oil to be as clean as possible. So you need a piece of cloth that will actually help you to be able to strain the oil properly without any dust or particles in it. Now once the straining process is complete, you can go ahead and add some mango butter or shea butter. For this video I'll be using African shea butter, and for me, I don't know if something was wrong with my shea butter, but this shea butter smells so different from the Ashanti shea butter that I'm used to. This one had a little bit of rancid smell to it, so I'm wondering if the shea butter actually went bad or that is just how it smells. So if you guys have ever used that shea butter, then let me know, because I was a little concerned using it, but I was like, I just bought it, so there is no way that it could actually go bad. So I don't know, so let me know in the comments. Now once you have the oil, as I said earlier, you're going to go ahead and add your butter and add your oils to it. So for this process, I'll be adding Jamaican black castor oil, jojoba oil, and I also added some tea tree oil to it as well. Now once you've added all your oils and butter and everything that you want to be in your hair butter, you would simply need to put this in a hot water bath so the shea butter can melt. And once that is done, you're going to need to either whisk it, or you can put it in your container and refrigerate it as is. So at first I put the butter into the refrigerator to freeze. Then I did not really like the texture that it came out with, and because I did not have a whisk at the time, I ended up using a fork. So I ended up beating the butter until it was creamy. So at the end, you guys will see the first texture of the oil versus what it looks like after it was beaten. But this is a fun little experiment that you guys can do yourself. You can also modify this recipe to suit your preference. And again, as I said earlier, there are many ways to go about making moringa butter. This is just one of those ways. And to me, I would recommend this butter. It is something that I've been using in my hair. However, I don't particularly like the scent of it, so I would say use some essential oil and some fragrance oil when doing it. But that's pretty much the end of the video, so I'll let you guys watch the rest of the video. So until next time, bye my loves.